You hired a civil engineer, you still hired a quantity surveyor, but you're still confused on their specific roles. By the end of this video, you will know exactly who to call and when to call them. Every day by day, Nigerians confuse these two professions. Some think they do exactly the same thing, while some think one is more important than the other. Neither of them are true. A civil engineer designs a building. He decides how strong that building will be. He decides the size of columns and beams. He also decides the type of concrete and reinforcement that particular structure needs. A civil engineer supervises the site to ensure that the building is being constructed according to the design. In fact, the civil engineer answers this one question: will this building stand, and will it stand safely? Now, here is the part of the quantity surveyor. A quantity surveyor manages the money needed for the construction. Before the construction starts, the quantity surveyor calculates the number of blocks, cement, and rods needed for the particular building construction. He prepares the bill of quantity so that you can know exactly what you are paying for that particular building construction. During construction, he tracks spending to ensure that the materials on site was what they budgeted for. The quantity surveyor also values the work done by the contractors before you release payment. In fact, the quantity surveyor answers this one question: how much does this building cost, and are you paying the right amount? Here is exactly the simplest way to separate their roles: the civil engineer and the quantity surveyor. The civil engineer always thinks about strength and safety, while the quantity surveyor always thinks about money and value. One is asking, is this column strong enough? The other is asking, can we afford this column? Or is there a cheaper way to achieve the same strength? Both questions matters. Neither one is more important than the other. On a real project on site, both the civil engineer and quantity surveyors don't work against each other. They work together. The civil engineers produces the design and drawings first. The quantity surveyor uses those drawings to calculate the quantities and prepare the bill of quantity for that particular building project. As construction goes on, the engineer confirms that work is being done correctly, while the quantity surveyors confirms that the contractors are being paid correctly according to the value of their work. One of them protects the strength of the building, while the other one protects your pocket. But here is the sincere case: many house owners in Nigeria only hires one of them and then wonders why the project goes wrong. Some hire a quantity surveyor without an engineer and end up with a building that has a weak foundation, while some hire only engineers and spend more than they projected because their spending was not tracked. A serious building project needs both professionals, not just one. So the next time someone tells you an engineer and quantity surveyor do the same job, I guess you now know better. One builds it strong, the other builds it smart financially. If you are planning a project, do not skip either of them. You both need the civil engineer and the quantity surveyor to ensure you have a strong and lasting building, and to also ensure that the money you spend in constructing that building was not into waste. So here's the conclusion: both the civil engineers and the quantity surveyor are very necessary when it comes to building construction. If this video really helped you in understanding the difference between the civil engineer and the quantity surveyor, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you on the next one.